Tariki ni 11 cy'umutinyo 11 mwaka w'Ekiribu 2023 asenero beire boikiranu kwaneke bunanga koletrane amangana maya asenchira iyo boikiranu nabakwenda gutubwati asensemo chichi mitandao asensemo ya Facebook gwetera Ndizi TV News Digital nabaga asensemo ya YouTube gwetera Ndizi TV News asensemo ya website nabagotanya gwetera www.ndizitv.net ireterane Fridah Kerubo nolio kweneke bina chibichane ilio giti ya wikira sole asenchira ya bene ni gakoro kwa petronira mukira chinga kitoro cha wabwatani korwa sekia magia ODM ni golitukulia lero bakoletaro ya bogo ika county ya Siaya asibabere bagwesoke bene na bigo kwe murunga ni guchia ase serikali kubwatikana nogo konga kubugima boigo ni kubabikire merubili mikiranu aso gotinya obokoreri bekia magia ODM na bigo korwa asoro gongorwa Gusii me county ya Kisii ritukolia lero ni gabanyanyimbo kurwa se county yo baba bakonalia enyasole wetania chikilo chimisano asensemo ya muticho magega yabamenye benseme yo wakege kurogocha sabo bisaba DCM nabaga se county ya Nyamira ni gabara ikurwa chingongo nyechense baba gwikarana me county yo asegesa simera kemogi kanisa gie Adventista asomo yigabu gosangerelia sibabere bakobole mu waziri wetsemi Ezekiel Machogombaki kwaneke mnango tene nale bakongune chiskuru kurwa sorgongo rwa Gusii manchu muligerelia ayonga tiali nkwaliganete asomo gorobolero toska tonyegerango ire nanda sigekeke Kerubosio elinde ngumanya mange asenchera yobwagale asensemo yebimanyerelio ni otokobwatanere Joshua Auta mwanchu muliengo kwaligani bene elinde tobeto gosanga asobu amogo chakabono iga goika omoelio Amayia yebirebiga ni otoko ya chakakorwa se county ya Kisii asengo kumenya buna magega yogosoerwa aseke gambera semyake 5 yabeire kegweta nigo omobunge Innocent Obiri atokekanira tabwati amamocho yankobwatikana nuko nacho kwa betego kolekana abolitkoligoro ase omo chief magistrate Nathan Ruta negative na Obiri obeire omosibole kurwa asama mochayo aya magega iyoboro libobete bokorwe gwa bosi bwekegambero aseboigo omonyanyimbo Charles Nyakweva batatogete na mamocho andonsi baberabo nigo basoerere na mamocho yogosegeta chisegi naboigo gosalia ebintu negati yebinde Mulikecho Brighton Makoli na irachinga kichae chabene na baigogo twaliganelia oroboti rokubwatia.
There is no evidence on record that was tendered by the witnesses in support of this charge and therefore it cannot stand. In totality, I therefore find that the prosecution has not proved all the charges against the accused persons beyond reasonable doubt and I proceed to acquit them under section 215 CPC.
Okubono na kuokonachwa kwanyarde gokonachwa sekigambero ime yomo chubusongo Okwanyarde gokonachwa na Chief Magistrate Nathan Ruta oibono otebire buna omo bunge obubasi Innocent Obiri nigo are omosibole koru asamojo anyarde kagosoerwa asemia 5 ya etire.
Any securities deposited in court will be released to the depositors.
Kolengana no Obiri nigaterina nigetale ngega sirahisi asokoba nekina asemia 5 ya etire.
It has been a long journey and nobody has influenced it, and I had no doubt in the judiciary, and they have arrived at a fair judgment on this matter, which I did no crime at all.
Boigo biri nigawate abuna nigabantu batagete kumtumeka ekina ende banyare bakumukiri asokorera ababasi amagenderero na gukwana aliagendete kubalenga kurwa nene kurwa sensemeri ya Nyamunema.
This was the first time in my life that I was arrested and I slept in the cell. The matter goes back. My constituency, there was a quarry being mined by blasting. I maintain as a conservator that blasting is also practical, is something banned inside residential areas because it has a very big impact on people and their property. And blasting was being done and people died out of that blasting. A lot of property was damaged out of that blasting. And as an area member of parliament, I had nothing else to do other than to protest on their behalf. I was arrested in the most dehumanizing conditions, put in the dirtiest cells, but I bore with it and I'll bear with it again for the defense of my people. I must note that the owners of the quarry were the powerful people in the government, and they were able to do that, and I must say, influence my being charged for the purpose of silencing me. And this is the worst misuse of the judicial system to solve, to show power by those who are the powers that be.
Waigobiri nigasemeribuna serikali ibono iregeti gutumeka ebigambero asugutaka gukiri bali bagokwana ekene na bali bakurwanira abantu babo.
Must note that we have a new government, and the thing of all the things which the current government has done, it has not gone that direction, which is a heinous direction of using the court and the judicial system to solve these problems or to show power on things which should not be done.
Katwa kigen inomo wakiri orenge asensemo yukumwegerera.
This is a trial that started in May 2018. The charges mainly related to allegations that Mheshimiwa and his security on a certain date in May did two things. One was incitement and two was malicious damage. And thirdly, obstruction.
Wego kigen niganyarire katogika mbero asoko na jabanya deba okora bulitko ligoro.
We are therefore very glad that we were able to demonstrate and show to the court, and that the court agreed with us that they were all false, and we maintain our position that indeed there was no basis to have charged the Mheshimiwa and his security. All these were meant to discourage him from doing his work as an MP.
Godibot jigetase Candice TV ritariane Brighton Makoli.
Biamano sana murikecho Brighton Makoli asogotwaliganiria oroboti rwa senchera yobwikirano. Mwanchi umurieli ya gotigana na yuni otokwende Eyemo wika county ya Nyamira asengo kumanyabuna nigo abarai baba gwikira na county yo asomurobelio bogo sangirilia kanisa ya New Dawn SDA Nyakiore imeyo wadi ya Bonyamatuta ebunge ya West Mugrango. Kati ya bali baba bagwikira na ngamono mo Senator Okongo Mugeni umurai bwabake Senate Siwat Mazayo na boigo mo Senator kurase county ya Migori Ediokech, oma seneta kurase county ya Kitui Enokuambua na boigo omo MC kurase ward yo Julius Matwere. Okwana nigo baba bakomochia enkwana ya Eyemo waziri Wichisemi Machogu kubwatikana no boibi bwa matemwa asibamugania gotenena nechiskuru kurwa ase orogongo rwa Gusii. Boigo nigo baganiria serikali gokora amonchiriro anamono chinga kechiga obugima bugendete gokonga na boigo kubagania gotinya obulendi. Asensemende nigo mo Senator Okongo abagakomochia abaraikorwase county ya Kisii abagendete kogosereria oboraibwayo mu Governor Paul Simbarati asogotumika abanyanyimbo mulikito Job Angi no roboti rwa senchira yobwagali.
1 minute to appreciate. Abarai bakisiasa mbaikirana asogosangiriria wosira ekanisa ya New Dawn Nyakiore egochoka ime wodi ya Bonyamatuta ebunge ya West Mugrango county ya Nyamira.
Mimi nikiangalia nafikiri rais ameamua anataka kufanya kama moja aende nyumbani. Hakuna njia nyingine. Ukitosa mwananchi jibu ni kukutuma nyumbani.
Bakoro no Senator Nyamira Okongo Omogeni omuraibu abali no mubaro omoke asebunge Senate Steward Mazayo omo Senator Okitui Enokuambua omo Senator Omigori Ediokech mbamochia omwaziri wechisemi Ezekiel Machogu asechinkwana abagakurwa igoreo webi wa matemwa.
Sababu yeye mtoto wa Kisii ni makosa sana mtoto wa Kisii kuongea vile aliongea kuhusikana na mtihani. Si anatoka hapa? Hapa ni nyumbani. Nani hebu gani hii anajiletea ndani ya taifa mzima?
ase bamusaba gutenena n'ekisukuru kirime ya Gusii iguru amatemo agendrete na koeneke bunanchiri ko unererigwa.
Kama hii lawama kimeelekezewa community wa Kisii. Waziri, usisahau ya kwamba wewe ni Mkisii. Usipoletea watu wako, msaada watu wako utatoka mahali ingine, lakini wewe pia usiende kama utapona.
Ensa yende mbayichanira gukina wekerengo ky'obugima anene mono asokomento w'ekibeza cyo konyora ebibande n'amasakara ande nagosaba serikali kuirige tambokero kya bwango ilinde goke yaligo lilyo obugima.
Kitambulisho hivi unalipa nini? Hata sasa kuacha wale mko na watoto Amerika. Wale mko na watoto Amerika. Ati unataka passport. Pesa inaenda wapi? Hiyo yote sasa inatesa mtu wako chini ama mama yako chini.
Ya kwamba rais anaenda mwelekeo ambao sio, ageuze njia. Ili kila mwananchi aliye hapa ana haki ya kuishi na maisha ya gharama yashuke chini.
Ujue ya kwamba wale watu ambao unanyanyasa ni watu wa Mungu. Na Mungu amekukubalia kukalia kile kiti ambacho umekalia leo, not for yourself, for the sake of his people.
Ensa memo seneta we kaunti Nyamira Okongo omogeni nasabo lendi gochingibwa yemaga yebikoro byobusalia n'abantu gusiria amagimabo korekana ase amatuko abwangoiga.
Kwa hivyo sisi tunamwambia waziri achukue hatua za dharura. Atoe hao maaskari ambao wameshindwa kudhibiti maneno ya usalama katika kaunti yetu ya Nyamira. Hiyo ndio tunaomba kama wananchi wa Nyamira.
Ni kiongozi gitari no mwana nere nganje tasana nya wasabe na ramoisonde ukotomerwa machoni naji ko ikaranza utimoka obisia mwanya ko wende ndo mwakiresi mapema mondenga umuntu akashiyo mugusio yo mo twese wakore ndana utoko banaye
nasabo kubwatirana egachya barayi bari county Nyamira nobokorali obuyakurwa se serikali ye county ginko reporter ya Ndizi TV kurwa se county Nyamira Job Maangi.
Mbiamano sana mulikito Joma Angi korase county ya Nyamira asogotwaliganiria oroboti rwa senchira iyo wikirano otikana nayo mwanchi omulielia ni otokende masemo wika county ya Kisii asengo kumenya bina omo county commander we county ya Kisii nigo ainekia okonaligwa kwechigali isato ekyo kyabogolitie enyasole gwetania chikiro chimi isano asensemo ya moticho aya magaga yabamenye benseme yo gwaka oroboti asabanya nyimbo ba DCI kubatikana no bonya wa maliogo yogotinda imebunge ya South Mugirango mulikito Brighton Makolina baka gwikira na sinsemecho nabayigo gutwaliganiria oroboti rokubwatia
ekerokeli eserikali egendete kurwani amaliogo atanjeiri niko bono abantu batano banyari bakubyara asensemo ya Nyamarambe anenekero batoka ninyasole asibona abanyanyimbo kurwa senseme yo bacha Kerubo tuki buna umunyanyimbo monene ase county Kisii Judge Kases agotwerera.
We received this morning at around 7:30 in the morning. We received information from our informers that some vehicles were sighted. Some were 3 vehicles, motor vehicles, and they were suspected of carrying cannabis sativa bank. So our officers were able to move swiftly, and the 3 motor vehicles were found. One of them had a mechanical problem, and the other motor vehicle was trying to tow this other motor vehicle.
Enda nigo Kases anyareka tabuna chigali chiabwatinya sore jino jojo nigo janyara chiko naligwa kerojire ase ketuo kyabanyanyimbo Nyamarambe.
2 motor vehicles, a registration number KBY 313D Nissan X-Trail was carrying a cannabis sativa of weighing about 189 kilograms, and the other KBQ 371 U Toyota Klugler was carrying 399 kilograms of cannabis sativa. So the other one is KCY 080Y.
Boigo niga mendirmna obotukio botindi nigo bwachakiwe ase kageire ogati abanyanyimbo ase kaunti Kisii na barabona barabe nigo bagwesonani ase oboni obu wenyasore.
So far we have managed to arrest 5 suspects who are in custody, and we are still carrying out more investigation to know who are involved. From an information that we have at hand is that not verifiable, is that some of our officers might be involved in this trafficking.
Boigo nigo kases anyaririga kobori abamenyi be kaunti Kisii wakugeturi no roboti anekrobaro bikorubunebyo asamendir buna ondetayo gochigotiwa kerara toekane gakorobosali buna obwo.
And we are telling members of public that nobody will be spared. Whoever is involved will carry his own cross. Nobody will be spared in this war against drugs or substance abuse. So we are still following those leads, and whoever will be found will be dealt with according to law.
Nigo amendrimna asamatuko amaiga ngemityebere nigo bakorubo yabibotindi ase kaunti Kisii asenya sore yaberege kobwatwa asibo igobotuko bagendete gokorwa ase kaunti eyo.
Miezi miwili iliyopita tumeweza kushika gari kama 3 huko Kenyenya, gari 2, moja aina Prado, ingine pickup ikiwa inasafirisha dawa ya kulevya pia. Na pia majuzi pia tulishika gari ya Probox hapa area ya Keumbu ikiwa inasafirisha hiyo madawa. Tunaamini kwamba hizi dawa zinaweza kuwa zimetoka kaunti jirani na pia hii kaunti yetu, lakini hiyo vita tumejitolea kabisa kupigana hiyo vita dhidi ya dawa haramu hiyo bangi, na tutaendelea, na tunaomba wananchi pia watusaidie kama wako na habari yote, watusaidie sababu hizi dawa ndio zimeharibu familia, zimeharibu wananchi wetu na watoto ambao wanaenda shule.
Ngoriboti rigitaseni Candice TV eritariane Brighton Makori.
Mbiemano sana mwalikito Brighton Makori asorobotiro. Watikana na iyo na gosika mutu asorobotiro nde ni gongo kumanyabuna abagwatani korase kiama gya UDA nigo kya ODM nigo baba gokora etaro yabo goika county ya Siaya. Bakoragwa numuraibe kiame kyo Raila Odinga nigo baba kubolya menyibenseme yogweso kya sobunge na boyo kwenike mna nkweli kyabale ase kiame kyo gya ODM. Kolende Raila niga bakagokwanera igoro yoko konga kubugima asagendera komocha serikali ya Kenya kwanza kubwatikana no comment kana kwa maguri y'ebintu chinga kiechyo boigo niga bakagokwanira igoro yoko comment kana kweli guri lya maguta ase abagakubuli omuraibense kubwatirana n'echinse chinde nabo igo kwenekya ngaibaro bakugora maguta ase liguri lyense kegima.
The cost of living has gone up. The people of Kenya are suffering. Gharama maisha imepanda. Punda si amechoka, punda ameanguka. Si punda ameanguka. Si punda ameanguka. Lakini tumesema juzi Bwana Ruto aliongea katika bunge. Akaongea juu ya hali ya uchumi katika taifa letu. Mingi yale alisema yote ilikuwa ni uongo tupu. Pengine yeye na sijui kama yeye alikuwa anafikiri Wakenya wanaishi katika kule mbinguni, kule katika ile nyota inaitwa sijui ni Mars. Manake yale yote ambayo alisema yalikuwa ni uongo tupu. Anasema gharama ya maisha imerudi chini, bei ya unga imerudi chini. Imerudi chini. Sasa nimesema moja ya sababu ya hali ya maisha kukua ngumu ni bei ya mafuta. Bei ya mafuta ya petroli. Juzi Bwana Churchill ametangaza ati sasa bei ya mafuta itakuwa shilingi 300 kwa lita. Ati kwa sababu ya vita kule Israel na Palestina. Lakini wiki hii Jumatatu Rais Suluhu wa Tanzania ametangaza kushushwa kwa bei ya mafuta kule Tanzania. Na amesema kwa sababu ya ile vita ya Israel na Palestina, gharama ya bei ya mafuta imerudi chini. Watanzania wamerudisha bei ya mafuta chini na shilingi 30 kwa lita. ya Kenya. Naona hiyo. Soko gani ambaye bwana Chirchir ananunua na Watanzania wananunua kwa soko gani?
Omugavana wa kaunti ya Siaya James Orengo nereniga bakagwe sokya bene na boigo gukwanira igoro yo kweroberia asobochori obonene wo mwaka w'ekiri 2025 kolende niga bagakogania amonchiririo gokorekana animono ase kyombe igitene ntobochori ne chimbebe ABC elinde kwenekia obochori ngokorekana bula sinchira iyo bwango obwene na boigo obwasioko.
Na kiboko ni kuwa mwanachama halisi ya chama cha ODM. Wa mwisho. Lazima, we are looking for electoral justice. Lazima tuchunguze mambo vile tulipiga kura. Ndio hapo usoni in 2027 tutakuwa na uchaguzi ya haki na ukweli. We do not want an IBC ambao imechaguliwa na Ruto. Tunataka IBC ya Wakenya wote. Wale wanajaribu kutusi Raila Amolo Odinga, sisi tunapatia hao onyo ya kwamba kutoka sasa hatutakubali kamwe wengine kuwa na tabia na mazoea ya kumtusi kiongozi wetu Raila Amolo Odinga. Na wengi walipatiwa wadhifa na Raila Amolo Odinga. Sasa hatutaki mchezo, hatutaki upuzi, tunataka Kenya iwe nchi ambayo ina heshima. Mmeona ya kwamba our religious leaders have woken up. Raila Amolo Odinga said last year that the cost of living had gone up. I'm glad that the bishops also
Tinga kiecho boigo omubunge Opio Endanyi nigabaga kwerera emirobiri emikirano yekyamagia ODM asingencho yo gutinya obokoreri bwabo gukwana nigo aenekia guchigotwara egeikaro stariki 15 cy'umutinyo iga imyomucho Nairobi ase ogukwana n'abaraikurwa Sorogongo rwa Siaya naboigo kurwa abaraikurwa sekyamekyo gya ODM naboigo kubeka emirobiri emikirano aso gutinya obokoreri bwekyamekyo.
Today we are here in Siaya for a purpose. From Siaya today, we are going to embark on a journey for ODM to reclaim its rightful position as the most progressive political movement, not only in Kenya, but in the entire East and Central Africa region. That ODM is going to take its rightful position and is going to prepare itself to face off with any opponent, with any enemy, with any adversary, whenever and wherever election shall be called. UDA must know that it is very useless here in Siaya. And ODM as the majority party, as the ruling party, must control everything. Okamano. KANU was then the ruling party, and for 10 years, since 1992 until the year 2002, KANU was in power, but our people here refused to budge. In the same manner, we are going to refuse to budge. We are going to reject UDA in all its shades and forms. Issue of the membership recruitment that we launch here today, it must be the responsibility of every MCA. It must be the responsibility of every MP, every senator, and every governor in their jurisdictions to lead this exercise. I have already called for an extraordinary parliamentary group meeting in Nairobi next week on the 17th Friday. That meeting is going to encompass all ODM MPs, all ODM county coordinating chairpersons, all speakers, all majority leaders of ODM all over Kenya. We are going to draw an elaborate program for this membership recruitment drive.
Omoriki obotambe ase wizara yekisemi Belio Kipsang nigo ayenekebuna amatemwa a KCP nigo achakirego charukigwa bene gosangana balikiba mangana nigo ayenekebuna amachibu y'amatemwa yo nigara bega kubwatukwa bwangoiga magega yesuguku asoko ayenekebuna abaiboli nkwerobelia balebo ikiranu asogo chaka kwerobelia ase kisemi cy'umwaka ogocha oigo niga bagakoyenekebuna aborokia babiri bagokora emirebo emiya anemono asaborokia banene beskuru yoboroso asabagania kogendera nomoyoyo.
We have started marking KCP so that we can be able to release these results in good time to allow us to place our children in schools so that as they go into Christmas, as they do then all the celebrations that are there, they are aware that they have responsibilities to take care of in January, because they will have known the schools their kids have been placed, what the fees expectations are, and all that. But I want to say and really thank our teachers. We have already thanked our primary school heads when they were in their meeting in Mombasa, because they did a fantastic job. That I would want to say. Our colleagues and in government, the Ministry of ICT and Ministry of Interior, they have done a wonderful job. Mainly our colleagues who manage the technology part of life, the Ministry of ICT, they have really done a good job. They have been able this time to neutralize the social media. If I call them traffickers, I think I'll be using the right word. This time they have been neutralized. If you are able to go to some of their sites, they are totally frustrated because they cannot get anything. Because our colleagues in the ICT sector, the Communication Authority, our colleagues in cybercrime, our colleagues in ICT.
Chinga kecho boigo omuliki obotambe ase wizara yobosombi Joseph Mbugwa nigo akwanira emichando bagwetera anemono chinga kimbule nyinge gendeta kwenekigwa ase chinsemo Amayia Kenya nda kwenekebuna ngwikirania bale amatemwa ase chiskuru okwana nigo airera emirobili mekirano ye serikali anemono asogotumika chindege na boigo kwenekebuna amatemwa yo aberiga gwikirana ase chiskuru icho boigo nigo airera emirobelio ayogo chikorosia chipara na boigo oboraro chingaki embura erabeke gokiana.
Wakati huu ambapo mtihani huu wa kitaifa unaendelea, kusema ukweli tumepatwa na hii janga la mvua kuwa nyingi na pia ni baraka. Mvua ni baraka kwa wakulima wetu na wengine ambao tunaitarajia, lakini pia wakati wa mtihani changamoto kubwa vile mtihani unafika kwa mashule ndio wanafunzi waweze kujikakamua na wafanye vilivyo kwa mtihani yao. Tuko na changamoto kubwa sana wakati huu kwa sehemu zingine ambazo barabara ziko na charge kidogo, lakini kama serikali tunaendelea na kujaribu kuwashikilia kule ambapo madaraja imeharibika, kujaribu kufuata alternatives kule ambapo tunaweza pata diversion, kule ambapo hatuwezi. Serikali yenyewe imepeana hata utumizi wa mandege ndio wanafunzi waendelee na mtihani kwa njia ambayo inafaa. Lakini tunatarajia mvua ikipungua kule ambapo tumeathirika kwa barabara zetu na madaraja, tutajaribu kukarabati ndio tukifika muhula mwingine tuwe usafiri uko sawa na sababa. Serikali iko ngangari na inafuatilia yale ambayo inafanyika katika hii nchi yetu, na watahakikisha ambao wameathirika pia watafuatwa na sheria ndio tumalize hii ufisadi kwa masomo.
Omuteneneli bobokoreri bwe serikali Felix Koskei niga bakagwikira na Eyemo County ya Machakos aseba bagosyolia omorobelio bobotumikibwe mitandao yekerero okwana kora chinsemecho nigo ayenekebna omorobelio nigo rachikoba kogokonya abasaye animona soko ayenekebna ngo kora bale obonchiriria bwabo bwekerano nabo igogotwara obumanyi bwebirengo nenchere Eyemo yokoyenekebna ngo enyorera bale engere yabo yakiralitko.
That these are new things we don't even know ourselves. And let us allow the young ones to drive this economy and also get that through. Let us only provide an enabling environment. And that is why the government has decided to establish hubs, digital hubs. That is why the government has even gone ahead, as the Waziri said, of installing Wi-Fi hotspots in the markets, in the shopping centers.
We are also here to also launch 2 labs, a lab at Machakos Technical and a lab at Machakos University. And these labs are the Jitume labs, where young people get digital literacy training skills and they end up becoming learners at the same time, earners. So they are earning even as they learn.
Omuliki obutambe ase wizara y'obulindi bw'ime Raymond Omolo nigo ayenekire mune serikali nigo bagendete kubwatirana asokweneke bunango kora bali amonchirulio ase ensemo y'abanyanyimbo elinde kwenekia obukoreri obia ase ensemo y'abanyanyimbo nigo baba kwerera gati emichandeli bagwetera asibaganire serikali koiwekerero kyabo nabayo kwimukia egetambukiro kibwenerete.
I can have a very wonderful place to come and work, lakini mahali ya kulala ni shida. And that is why nikiwa pale kwa reporting desk, I may ask mwananchi, shida yako ni nini? Not knowing shida iko kwangu, nimekosa mahali ya kulala. So mheshimiwa, please prioritize mahali ya kulala kwa askari.
Maofisa wa usalama wengi wako na matatizo na mahali ya kufanyia kazi. Na wakati tunapata initiative kama hii, tunashukuru kwa sababu morali ya kufanya kazi inakuwa nzuri.
That task force that was chaired by the retired Chief Justice Maraga has just completed its work. And in the coming days, it will be submitting the final report, which has a raft of recommendations. And part of those recommendations includes the offices where our officers work, the houses where the officers are accommodated, and it also speaks to the logistics, the mobility, and also the equipment.
Umuwaziri w'obuchenu Susan Nakuminja nigaberega kwerera emirobiri yo kubatana serikali ase ogukinya ebirengo by'obuchenu ase kinyagitali okwana nigo abuli abantu bonsi kubwatirana asokwenike binango nyora bale obukoreri borobia ase kinyagitali
There's no better time to be alive in Kenya than this time, because we are going to ensure that all Kenyans are healthy. As a ministry, we have prioritized. We do not want just to repair broken human parts, broken human souls, broken human spirits. We want to promote and prevent. We want people to be healthy. And anytime I try to think in the long term, Professor, you might not have very many patients in future, because we will have achieved our target by ensuring that Kenyans are living healthy. We shall have very few people coming to hospitals. And I believe that is the world that we all want. The Ministry of Health deeply acknowledges the values and the substantial contribution that this institution makes through its state-of-the-art treatment for non-communicable diseases, with a special focus on cancers, by making the services available to Kenyans.
That is, skills are important, but how you treat your patients is even more important. How they look at you, how they take care of you is even more important. Notice that I've gone around and I've seen that when the nurses are doing their work, the patients are happy. And they will even mention, Madam CS, they will mention that Professor Nurse so-and-so, that one, if there's promotion, give her, because of the work they do. So they notice. And at that point, they actually don't care whether you have a master's, a diploma, they just want the care, isn't it? So I'm not underrating the skills, but I'm saying there's much more. the skills and the attitude.
Ngakiecho boigo obokoreri asensemo yobochenu ime county ya Narok nigo bwenekirwe kwira nanse maiga yekiombe ya Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentist Council gotarera ase county yo naboigo gwesika chikliniki emerongo 525 ase chikliniki chinde isano nemo chabachigosie kwa ase gika egeke okwana omo director Philip Okelo nigo ainike namba beti bakobwatia amachiko aliabonete nekyombekyo naboigo obokoreri bwabo nige birengo byabo birense.
So this inspection is geared towards ensuring compliance and is an assessment to ensure that the personnel who are working there, the infrastructure, physical infrastructure, all these activities, together with the operation of the health facilities, comply to the assessed standards that have been put into place by KMPDC. In terms of medical doctor, in terms of dentist, in terms of community oral officer, in terms of a medical camp, in terms of a health facilities, is registered, is licensed by KMPDC through a very interactive website, www.kmpdc.go.ke. We have also a code 20547 where they can be able to query and find out whether this doctor is registered using their names.
Manchu murigereria korwa soroboti uruni ni kiromwelio bwa mangana ya asibirebiga kolinde tuskato nyegera chikoraga chinsa isato ayona mange ni nyara sinchira iyo wikiranu nabakwenda gutobwatia sinsemo chichi mitandao asensemo ya Facebook gwetera Ndizi TV News Digital nabiga sensemo ya YouTube gwetera Ndizi TV News asensemo ya website nabagatunya gwetera www.ndizitv.net magach kamera sokone kibina ebichana boigo eliogire gukira sole asenchira ya bene nere petronira mukira tobito kubatenere Joshua Auta asensemo chibiorkelio na ncheriane Fridah Kerubo toskato nyegera Brighton Makolingo swala sigeke Kerubo sio asomorobilio bobosera winga twara oboligeria borubuya.
Ndizi TV, ubwansu bw'omu Gusii.